box. Just got a notification that the box had arrived. I'm going to open it and do yourself a favor. If you're not familiar with Matt Harris, throw his name in Google and order one of these books. And I'm going to show you the book here in a second. The box itself is even nice. Oh wow! Kind of say like what you know you're going to get into. I mean, this book weighs probably 10 pounds. It's really well made. Wow. So I've had a few minutes to sit down and just and fan through the book and enjoy the book for a few and just I think my biggest takeaway from this whole trip and meeting these guys was one, learning about Matt. Once I got there, I had didn't really know what I was going to be getting involved in with people with who was going to be on these trips. And on the second week, we had a group come through. There was Matt Harris and I think four other guys, and I had no idea who the gentleman was, but by the end of the trip, you get to know people, and he had, kind of told me some stories, and I had overheard some stories from some of the other guys that fished with him over the years, that he was clearly a photographer and had a book. So after the trip, I got back and I, was intrigued, and I had to order a book, and I did, and it just arrived as I mentioned one earlier in the videos, and I just sat down and just to read the stories and to see the pictures of Matt. I guess he worked for Rio in the years past, and clearly has traveled and spent times in these exotic places catching these crazy ass fish on fly rods. I love it, and just to have a hardcover book like this and to fan through it and see some of the stories that are in here about each one of these trips. And honestly, I was really kind of thinking about it. I was actually present for one of his trips, so in the next book, it looks like he's going to do a volume two. And hopefully, he did mention he'll be doing Mag Bay in the book, and you know, I was part of that experience. So I was part of a window of time that this gentleman, Matt Harris, and his buddies, go and take these trips. And the stories that are generated from it, like the story from our whole week. I mean, Matt's arm was black and blue from, an arm injury. And, they were out there every day fishing. And Doug, a friend of his who I've seen in the book, an older gentleman, tough as nails, never seen anything like it. The guy was persistent as hell. I mean, we're fishing in very rough conditions most of the week, and this dude's in the back of the boat, not really complaining, getting hard on himself in really hard conditions, and he managed to get a couple of marlin. I mean, it was just, it was awesome. It was awesome, and it was just really great to meet him and to read some of these just great stories just about his adventures fishing the world. So, do yourself a favor, get a copy of this book if you're a book person and you really want something to get inspired, and just to kind of live vicariously through somebody's lens. Matt has done a fantastic job, just speaking through picture and words on describing these trips, and I'm blown away by the book, so I can't thank him enough. And I hope that some people come through my house here and take a look at this book while they're here, and just maybe get a better understanding for the passion that we have for pursuing fish like this on the fly rod. I enjoyed it. Highly recommend this one.